What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, kicking it back to some Dragon Ball Legends content. Today, we're not going to be going into PvP or anything like that. Today, we are just going to be talking about the direction of the game and where it's headed because of these brand new LFs. Now, before we hop in, I would just like to point out that we are on our final YouTuber for the Season of Giving for now. This offer is never going away, and I'm going to constantly continue to quote retweet that Twitter post over on Twitter. So if you aren't following me, please be sure to go to check my Twitter down below. Links will be all down below to keep up with this post. If you guys want your own opportunity to try and get your channel promoted, please go to that Twitter post, follow the instructions, and bam, I got you. This is never going away. It could be a year from now. As long as you comment on that post, you're all good. And we have our final for now YouTuber on that Twitter post. We have J2Times. Now, this guy plays a ton of first-person shooters content. He hops in, he plays a bunch of Warzone and most of the Call of Duty franchises, as well as he's dabbles in a little bit of this brand new game, Splitgate. He's done a video on it, and it was actually a ton of fun. That game looks a lot of fun, and I think he showed it off pretty well. Had a great time with his friends. It got a little chaotic. He also dabbles a little bit in the music scene, doing a little bit of like music reviews, judging music, showcasing music and things like that. So it's actually pretty neat. It's a little bit of a different thing for me on YouTube, mostly because I hop in and watch games. So seeing that, he dabbles a little bit in content outside of gaming is actually pretty interesting to me. So if any of this stuff interests you, if you're looking to add a new first-person shooter gamer to your repertoire, or are looking for someone who dabbles a little bit outside the realm of gaming into the world of music, this guy is for you. In the description will be links to both his Twitter and his YouTube channel, so please be sure to go ahead and drop him a follow and give him a sub on both of those. Thank you, J2Times, for commenting on that video, on that Twitter post, and helping out with that Twitter. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the video. So what am I talking about when I'm talking about the direction of the game, the meta? So these two have developed a meta in Dragon Ball Legends right now where things are so fast-paced that your rush has become the most essential thing in the game. Because if you aren't utilizing your rush and you get rushed first, you might be in a bad situation. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about these characters. So, the Goku and Vegeta, they have the new tag mechanic where they swap from Goku to Vegeta. They flip-flop resistance as well. Goku's weak to yellow, Vegeta's weak to green, but Vegeta is strong against yellow and Goku's weak to green. So, not only that, both of them have endurance nullifications. They have vanish restore for Goku. They have blast armor on their blues. They have when you first switch to Vegeta, every single time he throws out a card, he's healing, and every single time they swap, they heal. Goku draws a green card relatively shortly into the battle. Whenever they swap, they gain ki. They have built-in draw speed. These characters are such an offensive pivot for any team that they get slapped on, that if you don't kill them and you let them start up against you, you're never gonna get rid of them because the healing that they have is absurd. Now, what really comes down to this character in particular is the lack of defense. This character is actually relatively squishy, but like I said, if you don't finish them off, they're gonna come back to haunt you. And all of this just combined into a character where you might never even have a guaranteed resistance against. It sets the pace for the battle because it's like you need to kill them. You need to get rid of them. This is the strongest character on anyone's team. They are regarded as the best LF in the game. You have to get rid of them. If they had endurance, if they had better defense, they would be absolutely busted. But that doesn't stop them from being the best in the game. This character has so much utility piled into everything that they have, and they make any team that they fit on better, and you can do that because of the leader skill. You can do that because of the leader skill. Now let's go back and talk about Trunks. Now Trunks is a little bit of a different case. So Trunks has restrictions. If you don't have two either Future or Vegeta clans, or both, one of either, you need to have two. He does not get the endurance. But it's still there, and it doesn't stop him from being such a very, very versatile character that you can drop him. And there's plenty of Vegeta clan, plenty of future characters that you could pair him alongside of. It's really not that much of a problem. Even without the endurance, this character still sees a ton of play because one, he has his own unique gauge, which halts a combo entirely. Like, it basically reduces the enemy's ki so far that they can't do anything. It heals him by astronomical proportions. He's got tanking, he's got damage, he's got cover arts, which that's also, I forgot to mention about both Goku and Vegeta. He has a cover arts against strikes that combos into his stupid blue card. This character has everything packed into him, and if he did not have the restrictions, he would be broken. And that's where it boils down to both these characters. Both these characters have restrictions, but they aren't, in my eyes, they aren't restricted so much to put them off of being the best units in the game. Now, is that a problem? Are these two being regarded as two of the best units in the game a problem? No. Power creep always happens in these PvP games. I'm not trying to make that the precedent of the problem. These two have a right to be strong. They are brand new, shiny LFs. We're moving into a new era of Dragon Ball Legends. But the problem that could happen, and this is why I'm fearful, is that Legends could start heading into a very bad route, which we're very much known for them to do. And it usually ends up taking them a while to fix. Let's look at when LFs first dropped. They were locked behind tickets. It took them a while to transition away from that. They finally did it, and now LFs are more obtainable for everyone. Zenkais, whoo! Let's not even talk too much about Zenkais, but when Zenkais even first came out, they started off super weak and underwhelming, and then LF Gohan dropped, and then Android 18 dropped. And then they started making them better. They started making it, and they made them more obtainable. They made them more mid, I guess, as people would call them, even though I don't see that as a valid argument for Zenkais. I think that all the Zenkais so far has given them what they mean. Anyway, I digress. These characters are setting a precedence. And that precedence is that we're in such a versatile meta that these two characters can go anywhere they want. Pretty much, besides Trunks, but you can still get by without the endurance. That since you're going to be seeing these two characters everywhere, your rush has never been more important. You need that rush. If you don't have that rush, if you don't utilize that rush properly, and they use it against you properly, you're going to be so far on the back foot that you can't compete. Like, People are calling this season so far the state that Legends is in toxic, and it's not toxic because people are using these characters. People pull these characters; they have a right to use these characters. But the thing that it boils down to is that every single match has become so rush dependent. I can't even tell you how many times I've had rushes thrown in just such weird spots that I get caught because people are trying to get rid of my characters as fast as physically possible, so they can maintain the advantage. And once I get rushed and I lose my character, it's so hard to take advantage back because there's so many different characters with all these different things. And then you pack these two, the best LFs in the game, the best characters in the game, on top of that. You can run Goku and Vegeta on just about any team because they have the Goku and Vegeta clan tag. That covers nearly half the entire game, or just slap him in the leader slot. And Trunks, like I said, there's more than enough future and Vegeta clan characters where you can make many different competent teams around him. Ultimately, the state of the game that we're in currently has been by far the most different I've ever seen in Legends history. And I've taken plenty of breaks from the game, but still kept up with the game, watching people like D-Free, Goresh, and things like that, trying to keep up, trying to just, staying away from the game, but enjoying the people that I like watching the game. And I've never seen a meta like this, where it's so rush dependent, and a lot of people are calling that toxic because they hate Rising Rush as a mechanic in general. It's in the game. You cannot hate something that's in the... Well, you can, but you cannot be mad at people for using it. But it's come to the point where that rush, you need it. Like, you need it. What happens if you don't finish off that Goku and Vegeta? and he's on Vegeta, and he starts a combo on you. He's got max ki, full cards. Well, that Vegeta you didn't finish off is now basically fully healed, swapping to Goku and probably rushing you with one of the longest combos that you've ever been in your life. Trunks, the character hardly dies, dude. He hardly dies, and that unique gauge just makes it so much better. Like, I want to know what you guys have to say about this meta currently. Like, I'm not making this video to complain about the meta, because to be quite honest, I don't really mind. I'm pretty bad at this game, so I'm just trying to enjoy what I can. But I think this is such an interesting time for Legends, and it could also be a pretty scary time for Legends, because they can either correct this now and go forward, and the LFs and Ultras that we get in the future just kind of balance things out, which I'm really hoping is the direction, or they can just kind of continue to take this even further. The Summonable Ultra might break this game. It really might, and there's nothing we can do about it but sit down and be like, God damn it, Legends, why are you doing this again? So let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested in hearing what you guys have to think and say about the current state of Dragon Ball Legends. I think this is definitely a weird and interesting time. I don't think that the season is any more toxic than other seasons have been in the past. Yeah, sure, you run into these two characters a lot, but everyone's going to want to use their brand new shiny toy. Leave them be. Let them have their fun. But these two characters have set a precedence. And Legends can either fix it now and make things balanced as we go down, or they could completely ruin their game once again in the terms of the meta, and make a character so abhorrently broken that they have to make the rest of the cast around it later on balanced in order to try and fix it. I love Gohan. He finally got surpassed. Finally just got surpassed with that Zenkai. That situation could very easily happen again with the Summonable Ultra. So I want to know what you guys have to think. I want to know what you guys have to say. There wasn't really much of an objective with this video, more or so just to start discussions. I actually really want to sit down and try and talk with some people who are willing to comment and to talk with me about the current meta of the game. I'm really interested in what you guys have to say, and that's pretty much all I got. So yeah, thank you to J2Times for commenting on that Twitter post. Like I said, that Twitter post ain't going nowhere. That offer always stands. So be sure to go down there and drop a comment on there and watch the video for the instructions if you guys want your chance to get your videos promoted. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know on Twitter, wherever you guys want to talk to me. I am more than willing to sit down and have an open discussion. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you.